A powerful earthquake has struck a town near Mexico City, and so far, as of this moment, the death toll has reached 100 people. It was a magnitude 7.1 earthquake, and we do have some footage that we will toss to right now as B-roll, as I give you some more details on what's going on. So these videos were actually shared to us by a viewer by the name of Jorge Oropesa. So I want to thank him for sharing this with us. And that is, a scene featuring people on, these tourist boats, and you can also see some damage there. The highways are destroyed. There are buildings that have been destroyed. During the quake, more than 20 buildings and other structures in Mexico City fell, including at least 2 schools, officials said, crushing cars and trapping some people inside. It also came less than 2 weeks after the most powerful earthquake in Mexico in a century, a magnitude 8.1 quake that killed at least 90 people, destroyed thousands of homes, and was felt by tens of millions of people in Mexico and in Guatemala. The incredible thing is that this earthquake happened on the anniversary of a huge earthquake that occurred in Mexico City in 1985. It killed as many as 10,000 people in Mexico. And so there were individuals doing earthquake drills as this quake hit, which is amazing. And it's also devastating. I mean, all these natural disasters are striking at once, and people are losing their homes, they're losing their lives. And I mean, I don't know what else to say about it other than it's just so incredibly depressing.
There are a lot of factors that go into, because we're both from the Valley and we lived through the Northridge earthquake of 1994, and that was a 6.8 earthquake. Things to know about the Richter scale is it's an exponential scale. It's not like a linear scale. So the bigger it is over a number, it actually gets exponentially larger. So a 7.1 quake is much stronger than a 6.8 quake. Another aspect of it that goes into consideration is the time of day. The Northridge earthquake was at 4:31 in the morning, and people were in their homes, as opposed to earthquakes like this one. And then there was one in San Francisco in the 80s during a World Series game where people are out and about. And each situation brings its own dangers, not to mention the location and the kind of what's underneath the city and where a city is built. So when you talk about Mexico City and earthquakes, a lot of people are more afraid. There had been reports from the previous earthquake where folks, even though that was off the coast to the south, people felt it in Mexico City, and out of fear they did what they do in Mexico City, which is more often run out into the street, because the underneath Mexico City, a lot of it is built on a lake bed as opposed to hard bedrock, which lends itself more to stable construction. So there's a lot of factors that go into it that, you see them all play out at once, and it increases the devastation, not to mention all the collateral issues like gas leaks that may be triggered as you saw fires, and then buildings that, depending on when they were created and built, are engineered to withstand quakes like this or not. And then you'll see different pockets that just randomly suffered more devastation than others based on, the geological underpinnings of that site.
Exactly, yeah. So unfortunately, the death toll is expected to rise as the story develops. This earthquake did strike today in the afternoon, and so obviously these are preliminary reports. We'll have more information and more details as the story develops. But it's amazing. Last night there was an earthquake in Los Angeles. It was small. No damage, no deaths, no nothing. But we're seeing these natural disasters all over the place right now, and it's concerning. Obviously, they're caused by different things.
It's just, and then also psychologically, it seems like it all is happening at once, and the effect that has on everybody. Also, the aftershock. So this is not the only quake that will happen. This came 2 weeks after the most recent quake. And then when there is any kind of earthquake, the immediate thing you think of, is this a foreshock or the main event? If it's a 7.1 earthquake, immediately all the seismologists say there might be a larger one just around the corner. But even if there's not, I remember during the Northridge quake, 5.5 earthquakes were pretty much the norm for the next week.
That's right, I remember. We were sleeping outside in the front yard.
Yeah, we had friends' RV down the street making hot chocolate for everybody.
Yeah. Anyway, heart goes out to everyone in Mexico who's affected by this, and we will keep you guys updated on this story as it develops.
If you like the Young Turks, you'll love Young Turks membership. TYTnetwork.com/join.